First, say your name.
Arlene Holt Baker,
And
Executive Vice President, AFL-CIO.
And why are you here today in Pittsburgh?
We're here today in Pittsburgh because we want to ensure that the people of Pittsburgh have what they need, the necessary voter ID, state-issued voter ID, to be able to cast their vote in November. Although we object to the Pennsylvania voter suppression law that has been passed in this state requiring voter ID, we know its intent was to suppress the votes of people of color, young people, the poor, and the elderly. We're saying we're not going to wait to hear from the Supreme Court. We hope that it does the right thing, but we can't wait for that decision. We've got to make sure that people have what they need in hand so that they can cast their votes in November and protect their democracy. We're quite frankly here because we believe that the only way to ensure a democracy in our country is that the citizens of this country have the ability to vote. We shouldn't be trying to make it harder for citizens to vote, but much easier for people to participate in their democracy.
So why do you think that they came up with this law? I mean, supporters of this law are saying voter fraud and stuff like that, but when there's 60,000 dead people voting in for both sides, the Democrats and Republicans in every election, why don't they fix a lot of things besides the...
Listen, this is a solution to a problem that does not exist. There is no problem with voter fraud. Across the nation, we have seen 17 states introduce some kind of voter suppression law. There is no evidence of massive voter fraud. Even under the Bush administration, a special commission investigated it, and in the whole country only found 87 cases of it. Here in the state of Pennsylvania, there has not been one case documented that anyone has gone to the polls and tried to impersonate someone else to be able to cast a vote. The reason that they have introduced this law in Pennsylvania, and quite frankly around the nation, they have been very clear, they've been very open. It is to stop the coalition of voters who voted in 2008 for President Barack Obama. That was a historic election, and the turnout among people of color, young people, and the poor was historical. They want to stop that tide from happening in 2012. This is about making sure that the 1% have control of the 98%. It's about power. So they will do anything by any means necessary to make sure that those who advance the 1% have control.
So what would you say to the general public right now?
My message to the general public is people died for the right for us to vote in this country. If you believe in our democracy, then remember, it is your right, it is your vote. Don't let anybody block you or deterring you from participating in your democracy. It's your right.